It is day one here at the Mid-Atlantic Major. I'm here with Nick. Nick, who are you playing for right now?
I'm playing for the Los Angeles Ironmen. I've been playing with them for the last 3 years.
Well, I don't know, maybe you got let go. I heard a lot of people are no longer with the team. We started with 13, now we're down to 10. Tell me about that.
We did start with 13 players at the beginning of the year. After the last event, the Texas Major, the Lone Star Open, Trent Nitta was released. He's now playing for Energy Elite. We had to practice against them the other day. And then Dylan Boyum has taken a step back and is no longer with the team. Technically, we do have 11 players. Adam Gomez made the squad. He'd be the 11th guy, but he did have a child.
Congratulations.
Yeah, like 2 months ago, I think now. And he could not make this event due to work. So we have, for the first time in a while, we have 10 players on the roster. For the last couple of years, we've had 12, 11, 13.
So how does that feel? Is that like big shoes to fill? Like, what does that feel like for you?
It definitely brings a little more stability because you want everyone to have consistent reps going on the field, and you want to feel comfortable with the player next to you. So no matter if you're at practice or you're at a tournament, whatever setting you're in, you want to know who you're with and learn their tendencies. And when you're constantly switching out players, even though like 10 might seem like a lot and you have 2 lines, you still have to get comfortable playing with everybody. So if there's always someone sitting and you don't have that constant rotation, it definitely makes it hard. And it definitely, and you know, well, a lot of people can identify with this if you're on a team and you want to be part of that starting lineup. It's a lot of added stress in the back of your mind, and it creates a lot of anxiety. So it's definitely good to be in this position now, and to hopefully keep that momentum or the constant group of guys together. But, you know, just as in life, everything changes and people come and go like the season. So hopefully we'll be good going forward through the rest of the year. I do hope Adam Gomez does get to play with the squad because he's a great paintball player. But, you know, life happens, and sometimes you just got to take a step back. And we're lucky that the NXL, Major League Paintball, is here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome. I'm going to talk about your management now. Tell me about the changes. I know this happened at the beginning of the season. I'm not with the times. Educate me. What's going on? What changed?
So 3 years ago, 2020, COVID happened, and we had Todd Martinez as the coach. We lost him, and so Nikki and Fran, who's been managing the team, and Nikki, who's the assistant coach of Todd, Nikki stepped up and was our coach. And then going into this season, the change was made to have old school OG and legendary player Shane Pastana, who used to play for the Ironmen and coach the Ironmen, come back as the coach, and then legendary player Mike Paxton, who used to play for the team, be his number 2, and then Nikki as the assistant, and Fran as the manager, as he's always been. And I think most people, especially at the professional level that manage pits and work with teams, would easily put Fran in the top 3 for pit management and help. He does a lot to help not only the Ironman organization and die, but help and assist all other teams in the pits to help sure that their pit area is clean and they have pod runners and all that. And I can't stress enough, especially to lower divisional teams here at the NXL events or nationwide if you're playing in any regional event, to have someone that can keep the structure and the organization to where you as a player don't have to worry about it is so top notch. And you really want to find someone like that. And it's easy to beat up on Fran because he's a big, there's Fran. A lot of words I won't say, but he's a big fun guy. But the amount of work that he does off camera, behind the scenes, to make sure that we have what we need and we can play paintball stress-free is immense. And so I know he and a lot of the other guys behind the scenes don't get enough credit. So that's where I'd like to give credit to him and Nikki. The amount of work and scouting she does, the notes she takes is invaluable. And I do know that a lot of other coaches and assistants go to her for her notes because she sees things from her perspective that no one else does. And so people try to get her to give those out. Nikki, don't do it.
So from the VIP, they are usually the first ones in.
They are.
And the last one out.
They
sit on the back row and they get the best seats. And she has her papers ready to go.
Yeah, it's structured. It's
I don't even know what's written on that paper.
Neither do I.
I don't think anyone does.
Just kidding.
But, I mean, it's magic, apparently.
It is. And it's just one of the aspects of the game to where if you want to be a top-level pro team and you want to get the edge on your opponents, you have to have someone dedicated to doing that. And so I know all of us from the team and I love her unconditionally for the amount of effort and work that she puts in, and we're eternally grateful for that. And same with Fran. And so, you know, player changes we've had, the coaching changes we've had, but the nice thing is the consistency from Fran, from Nikki, Al Fernandez is going to rock on the team. So we've had that. We've had a really good foundation, and we're happy to build off that and get Ironmen back to the podium. It's been since Vegas 2020.
Woo! It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, but like it's one of those things that not a lot of teams have won consistently. So to be able to say, hey, at least in the last few years, like
You've been
the
there.
team has been there and has won, and it was a 10-year drought before that, is really a nice thing to say. And it's always nice to go into Die in San Diego and see that trophy up there. And when anyone like David Ramirez from Aftermath likes to talk shit at practice, like, yo, when's the last time you won a tournament? It's like,
I like the energy.
Yay.
So I want to turn that energy just to something a little bit more serious. So lately we've been struggling a lot with our mental health here in our community.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of passing, unfortunately, of some players and media people. What are your thoughts on that? What can you offer to people that are struggling in our community that don't necessarily come out and ask for help and are silently struggling?
I think you kind of said it there. If you don't ask for help, it's tough. And I know it's one of the things I always try to preach at clinics is like, if you don't know, I can't read your mind, and I'm not going to be here next week. So if you do not make use of this opportunity to talk to me or try to extract information, I don't know what to help you with. And I think one of the things, and I'm just saying what it would work for me, is just taking those moments of introspection in whatever is, you need to be quiet, you need to go into your room, sit in a corner, in the shower, wherever you feel the most comfortable, and just think about the best way you know how to express yourself or look to gather that information. It's really easy for people to text now and to write messages through any one of the social media platforms, as opposed to just picking up the phone and calling somebody. People, I don't think people know the best ways to express or look for help. I guess that's the way to put it. And so I would say if that ever pops in your mind, like I would tell people on the paintball field, if your gut tells you to make a move or ask a question or look for help, you need to act on it. And it's one of those things where you'll see out here the difference between playing in a lower division of play versus the top level is people act on their instincts. And if your instincts at home, for any of you there, are telling you that you need help or you're struggling with something, that's when you have to ask for it. You have to seize those moments and go for them. And, I'd hope that the effects of you not doing that are not tragic, but just know that you're never alone. There's always people that are here to help, all of us included. And, you've got to put yourself out there. I know that's a tough thing to do, but I know from losing someone recently myself, you have to be able to be out there. And for all of you that think you're above that, try not to, if you hear someone being vulnerable and you take it, it's easy, especially, in my case, to pass it off as a joke, but realize that could be someone out there asking for help. And so try to take that outside the box perspective and, come to that person, maybe not in front of like a group and make it seem awkward, but just like, hey, you need to talk, I'm here, whether you're traveling from the hotel to the field or, you're de-gearing in the parking lot. Just try to keep that open mind when it comes to that. And two, if you're not sure, ask somebody else. Like, hey, do you feel that someone so-and-so is off or something doesn't seem right? Like, again, if your gut's telling you to ask. And don't feel ashamed to do it. Just do it.
Well,
I feel like I talked a lot there.
You did, but I appreciate you opening up about that. That means a lot. And we love you, Nick.
Oh, I love you back.
And we are so happy you're part of this community.
Thank you.
You're definitely a foundational stone, a part of the NXL.
Stay in school.
Stay in school. Ask for help. We're always here for you.
Yeah.
And let's see how the Ironmen shake it out for Sunday.
Yeah, how about we'll start with today. So I'll take Sunday. We'll take today.
I love it.
Thank you, Major League Paintball. Thank you, girl.
Thank you.